Hi guys, welcome back to Girls and
Guys,
Gossip Podcast hosted by yours truly, Eva.
I'm Josh.
Let's get it started.
So I think in honour of it being Grammys week, we need to talk about the winners, our controversial opinions, everything to do with it.
100%.
Now, this is my Christmas day. Like, pop culture would be my specialist subject on Mastermind. Like, this is honestly all of my personality. So I think it'll be very interesting to see who we think should have won versus who won and see. So, shall we start with Song of the Year?
Yeah.
So, the nominees were Billie Eilish with Wildflower, Lady Gaga Abracadabra, Doechii Anxiety, Rosé and Bruno Mars with Uppita, Bad Bunny with DTMF, that golden song for that K-pop soundtrack, Demons or something. Kendrick Lamar and Luther Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther, just put a share. And Sabrina Carpenter for Manchild. Do you remember any of them?
Yes.
Okay. On the count of three, should we say at the same time who it should have won?
Everything. Because I've got to think, obviously, I feel like the way America do things, the way we do things are very, very different. So I'm going to have to go based off the songs that I've actually heard.
Of course.
Half of those I've either heard or I've heard them and don't like them.
Yeah. Okay. I know mine. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Manchild. Yeah.
Yeah. That song, I just feel like it's so big. Like,
yeah.
It'd be rare you find someone who has not heard that song.
1,000,000%. I find it really difficult. Like, listen, I love Billie Eilish, right? I went to see her twice on her tour, right? But it feels to me like a redemption arc because they didn't give her a Grammy last year for that album.
But I feel like that's very normal in the Grammys.
Oh,
they
give
them to ones that aren't that big, but because they should have won them on the big one. And I'm like, why didn't you just do that then?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't want to use the term cheated, but when Hit Me Hard and Soft came out, it weren't in the eligibility to be nominated for this year, Wildflower.
Right.
It's because she nominated it as a single later on. So it is strategic. Like, Billie hasn't cheated. It's not cheating. It's just she strategically played it. And I find that a hard pill to swallow because it isn't in the year that it's been released. So Song of the Year has won in a year that it didn't even come out in.
Yeah.
So if we're going against all the others, Abracadabra, I'm sorry, that is a banger. I'm gay. We like Lady Gaga. It's part of our job description, right? Anxiety by Doechii. I cannot stand that song. Do you know which one? Anxiety.
TikTok.
Yeah, that. I hate it. That Appeta one is the worst song I've heard in a while. I hate it. But like, I think that Manchild should have won. That's my personal opinion.
I think purely based on the thing that it's got across the reach that it's had. Everyone knows that song.
Yeah.
And it's not from TikTok. I feel like everyone, you hear it on the radio, you'll hear it in a restaurant, they'll play it. You cannot escape that song.
Yeah, no, 1,000,000%. And I mean, do you know, I am going to get up and show the camera. In solidarity for Sabrina not winning anything, I am wearing my Sabrina hoodie. So, exactly. But I genuinely, and that's not even me coming from a fan's perspective, that's genuinely me coming from Manchild lyrically is a lot better than the rest of the nominees, in my opinion. So, going to Record of the Year. So, do you know the difference between Song and Record of the Year? Because I didn't, and then when I looked into it, it does make sense. Do you know the difference? No. So, Song of the Year focuses on the lyricism of it and the melody, whereas Record of the Year encompasses everything with it. So, the production, the lyricism,
music video, all of that.
Yeah, all of that. So it encompasses a lot more, basically.
Right.
So the nominations for this were Kendrick Lamar and SZA with Luther, Bad Bunny again with DTMF, Sabrina again with Manchild, Doechii again with Anxiety, Billie Eilish again, Wildflower, Lady Gaga again, Abracadabra, Chapel Rowan with The Subway, and Rosé and Bruno Mars Appeta again. So it's basically all of them. They've just swapped out Golden for The Subway. But I know who I think should have won on this one.
Are you saying the name or the person?
I'm going to say, okay, we'll say the name. The artist.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Lady
Kendrick
Gaga.
Lamar. Really?
Yeah, I actually really liked her
Yeah.
whole, to be fair.
That whole album, like Mayhem, is incredible. Like okay, sorry guys out there. I'm not I like Lady Gaga, but I'm just a casual fan. I'm not like a little monster, as they call
No, I
them.
have to say, whenever I was little, she was one where I religiously watched all of the music. Like, you know, like on
Yeah.
Vivo.
Oh, like that
every single
telephone
time I'd be
music
like,
video.
oh, I love that one. I love
Yeah.
all the music videos. I
Yeah.
feel like they tell a story, which is what I love. I love when a music video isn't about Tom.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because she has loads of bits where she'll, like, it's like 8 minute long.
Yeah, it's like a
video,
mini
and it's like
film,
the
isn't
song's
it?
only 3 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. See, like I like Lady Gaga, but I'm not like a stan of her. Like I casually listen, but Mayhem is really good, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that got its flowers. I knew as soon as I saw that list, I knew that it was going to Luther because the Grammys have this thing where like you're a Grammy darling. Like they love Kendrick. He won for Song and Record last year. Like they love Billie. Like she's won 10 already. She's not even like 24 yet or 25, whatever. She's 24 and won 10 Grammys. Like they love Billie, they love Kendrick, they love SZA. I knew this was going to Luther, but I love that song so much. Like whenever them two collab, girl, that's going on my Spotify rap.
Yeah.
So I think that.
But he's like the most awarded rapper now. I'm pretty sure,
and he deserves it because listen, that isn't my forte.
He surpassed Jay-Z.
As he should. Like I think that Kendrick is so incredible. Like I love Kendrick. My close second though was Chapel Row in the Subway.
I haven't heard that one, to be fair.
You know, the one that's like, she got away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the...
Oi, oi.
Get you on X Factor.
Oi, oi.
No, I haven't seen the music video. I'm not a big... No hate. I'm not a big Chapel. It's just not my type of music.
Yeah, that's valid. I feel
Obviously,
like...
I hear like her big songs because I hear them through like...
Pink Pony Club.
I can't escape that one.
Yeah.
That's not her song anymore. That's Chloe.
That's Chloe's song now. But like, you need to listen to that. About, I don't know, you might like it, you might not. But there was this whole like theme of like, this sounds really weird, but hair around the song, and there was a big imagery behind it. So a close second was Chapel for me.
But she made like big headlines because of her outfit.
Yeah,
it was very.
The thing is, no matter what Chapel does, but the impact that she's had on the industry in such a short amount of time is staggering. Like, I don't think anybody has. Like,
she has all the paparazzi whipped into shape.
Yeah, did you see Sabrina's video?
Yeah,
she was like, "You're quiet this year." Chapel's impact. Like, I 100% agree, but I do agree with the winner. Next one is Best New Artist. Now, this for me is the most stacked category. I looked at these nominees and I was like, genuinely, I couldn't pick one. But if I had to pick, so the nominations were Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, I'll come on to that, The Marias, Addison Rae, Sombat, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. Out of all of those nominees, there was only two that I was like, why the hell are you there? Cat's Eye have 2 songs, why are you there? And I don't know who the Marias are. Never heard them, right?
Never.
I love Olivia Dean, I love Addison Rae, I love Leon Thomas, I love Lola Young. Like, the rest of them. Now, do you know who you think should have won? I said that very quick. Do you want to have a look and see who you think? I know who I want, but it genuinely took me a while to think about it. I really had to narrow it down to so many contenders for me. Do you have an idea? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Lola Young. Oh, that shocks me.
I feel like he's had a lot of songs come out, and he's like, they're not like, you know, like where you do one song and it goes really big and one song just flops up. My whole For You page is it's literally just him every single time.
Yeah.
Or Alex Warren, but that's purely because of the Larry.
Oh,
I love that girl where she sings the lyrics.
Yeah. I can't.
I really like his two. Again, he's only got like, he's got Ordinary and then the other one.
Oh, well, I can hear it, but what's the name? It just sounds like Ordinary 2.0 to me.
But like, I do like, because the other one's quite emotional, and I do quite like that one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that he's got a repertoire of songs.
No.
There's literally 2 that everyone knows.
No.
That's because he was a TikToker first.
No, exactly. I am going to be honest. I think Lola Young should have won this.
You do love a bit.
I
of Lola Young.
love Lola Young so much. She's one of my favourite artists of last year. And
Josh is a concert connoisseur, so
I am. I mean, she did
stuff.
cancel, but to be fair, she was ill, so I'll let her off. But I think, like, okay, I might controversial opinion incoming. I do not get the hype with Olivia Dean. I do not get it.
No.
Now, a bit of a backstory. I used to love Olivia Dean. Like, her album Messy, I actually have on vinyl. Like, The Hardest Part is one of my favourite songs ever. I loved her. And then Nice to Each Other come out. That was okay. Man I Need is a banger. I'll allow that. I listened to her album and I genuinely thought, I don't get it. I do not get it because lyrically, it's okay. Vocally, she's good, but I don't get the hype. And I don't know if you've seen, that trend on TikTok. It's like my top 10 albums of all time.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing Olivia Dean in everyone's top 10? I don't know if it's my For You page.
I don't know where the hype's come from all of a sudden.
I'm going to say something now. Ray walked so Olivia Dean could run. That is my personal opinion. Like, they're both in the Brit School, they're both in the same class, whatever. I think that, like, Ray does what Olivia Dean does, but 50 million times better. That's my personal opinion. I'm glad she won. I'm not saying she's undeserved, but I don't get the hype. I just don't get it. And, like, for me, Lola Young is, like, if you actually listen to her, because a lot of people are like, she only has one song. She doesn't. Like, Messy, granted, popped off. It is a massive hit. But, like, her album, I'm Only Fucking Myself, was in my top 3 albums last year. I adore that album so much. Like, I don't know if you've heard it. I don't know if it'd be your type, actually. But honestly, I'd give it a go. Like, Penny Out of Nothing, that song is incredible. And I feel like she, like, is a bit more deep-rooted than Olivia Dean is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to compare the girlies, but we're talking about an award show, so we've got to compare them. Do you know what I mean? But a close second is Leon Thomas, because I'm seeing him in March. Cannot wait. Why are you not coming with? You will now. But, like, Mutt obviously popped off. That was an incredible song. But his album, also called Mutt, is incredible. Like, Vibes
I feel
Don't
like
Lie.
he really you can see how much passion he puts into it. And I feel like that's where something like Best New Artist, that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to know if they looked into it, because he's been in the back of the music industry for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, he produced Snooze by SZA. We all know it. He produced like Ariana Grande's album Positions. Like, he's been in the back of so many successful songs. And I'm curious to know if the Grammys looked at that, or if they just looked at his music. Because I genuinely think if they looked into the back of his producing, he would have been a contender.
Yeah. Obviously, I know Olivia Dean won.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like she's a new artist anymore. Like, I feel like the hype around her has been going on now for like maybe
a while.
2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't class her as a new artist anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not quite enough to win things like Song of the Year or Album of the Year, but still not quite new artist. She kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
that's why, like, that would be a bit confusing for me.
Well, the way that the Grammys do Best New Artist is so weird, because they do it it's a specific time frame, not from when you started your career, from when you, like, essentially popped off. Because, like, Sabrina was nominated last year on her 6th album. Like, she weren't a new artist. So they need to change it. It needs to be within, like, the first album or your first 2 albums or something like that. Because
I think they don't follow the usual timings of a normal year either. Like, the way that they say, oh, you did this song here, but this will fall into this year. And I'm like, but
they need to do, like, it's in February. Do the January to the December of the year before, which I know obviously Olivia Dean would qualify in that aspect, but I like her.
Artists, it would make
sense. Like, I like her, but I heard her album, The Art of Loving, and I thought, I don't get it. Like, and when you try and, like, you feel like you force yourself to like an album or to like an artist. Like, don't get me wrong, I was in the queue to get tickets because I do like and I would see her live.
Yeah.
But I personally think that Lola Young deserved it. But she won elsewhere and I'm very happy for her. So, give her flowers there. And then the final big four category and the biggest album of the year, that is the biggest category, isn't it? So nominations were Bad Bunny. I'm not even going to try and say that album title. Debris Tirar Mas Fotos. My GCSE Spanish teacher's probably fuming about that. Justin Bieber Swag, Sabrina Carpenter Man's Best Friend, Clips Let Good Sort 'Em Out, never heard of it. Lady Gaga Mayhem, Kendrick Lamar GNX, Leon Thomas with Mutt, and Tyler the Creator with Chronicopia. Do you have an idea? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Sabrina Carpenter. I knew you were going to say Lady Gaga. I had an idea, and that was a close. No, Leon Thomas would be third, then Lady Gaga for me.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Sabrina hater.
Oh, yeah.
But I think obviously I would only pull out certain songs. Like, again, I'm a bit of a sheep. Like, I like the ones that everyone, like her bigger ones.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But it wouldn't be one where I'd sit and listen to like all of the songs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think pop music, sort of that, is not really my genre of music. Like, I want to see Vibes Cartel getting a Grammy.
Album of the year.
Get him up there.
Yeah. They need to give like a
or Jason Derulo.
Yeah.
Get him up there. I want him to win all of them.
Yeah. They need to give like a Retribution Grammy of Song of the Year to like dedicated to the like they give a Retribution now. Like, but okay. With Sabrina, I don't know if this is unpopular or not. I think The Man's Best Friend is better than Short and Sweet. I always view Short and Sweet, and there's nothing wrong with this because they have to do it. It's literally just an album to get her to the level that she's at today. Like, there's no substance behind a lot of it. And like every artist has had one, like My Everything with Ariana Grande, 1989 Taylor Swift. They make album that they know is like vanilla ice cream, but you need vanilla ice cream. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, they know that, but like
boost the score.
Exactly. Whereas I view Man's Best Friend as like, besides Man Child, it is a more, the fans get it more than like the general public do. Like, I reckon if you ask the general public to name 3 songs off a Short and Sweet, they could probably do it. You ask them to name that off Man's Best Friend, they're struggling. And that's why I think it deserved Album of the Year more, because, I mean, it was my Album of the Year, but like, as an album, I think like if you genuinely like listen to it, do you know what it is? You need to go for a breakup and then listen to Man's Best Friend. That's what you need to do. Yeah. Like, her lyricism in this album is so underrated. Like Sugar Talking, My Man on Willpower, like House Tour. That is a smart song. House Tour. Like,
my mom said that.
Yeah, it's a smart song. Like
the way the metaphor, the words, very, very smart.
This is the thing with Sabrina. I actually feel like, even though she's by no stretch underrated anymore, so not, she's not my little secret anymore. Like, her lyricism's underrated. It's clever. Like, it's like, she's not out here writing like
she's got play on words. It's very smart.
Yeah, she's not out here writing Taylor Swift level of lyricism where it's like deep rooted, gut wrenching. She's not writing Adele. Do you know what I mean? No. But it's funny, and it's like,
and it's like, it's that balance of where like a child can listen to it and not get it, but then an adult would listen to it and they hear the real meaning. And it's like, that's where, you know, you're captivating both types of audiences there, which is very, very smart. And it's very kind of calculated in that way.
It's difficult
to do. It's very
smart
because then you are getting a range of age groups that like it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm curious, why Mayhem? I'm not disagreeing, I agree. But
I just really like that album. I can't lie. Most of those songs are in my
Perfect Celebrity. I heard that song.
You know what? I actually don't think that there's a Lady Gaga song I don't like.
Really?
I'm really like, I'm not to be like, oh, I'm stan, but I think I can. But for me, and like, I feel like everyone that knows me, when it comes to a song, the lyrics mean nothing to me because that's not what I hear. When I hear music, I hear the backing music, and I think that's purely because I come from a very musical family. Like, obviously, mum plays, dad plays the drums, mum does the violin, I play the violin. It's very much like, you know, like when something tickles your brain perfectly, and I have like a playlist of songs that they perfectly tickle my brain to the point that they just make me feel happy. They release that kind of like, I can't even think what it is. You know, like when you kiss someone or you hug someone, it releases that like endorphins or something. I don't know. But that's what I feel when I listen to specific music, and and Lady Gaga's music really does that.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
It tickles the right part of my brain. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I will say is I do not like Die With A Smile. Overplayed, not my favourite. I mean, I don't like Bruno Mars anyway, so that's not going to go down well. But like,
I like his old songs. Like
yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, but like,
what's the other one that I really like?
I love
Somewhere
like Part
in Brooklyn.
of Heaven. Oh, I don't know that one.
And it's there. She was covered in
never Yeah, that one.
I've seen we were spreading salt.
Oh yeah, get us on the side.
Won't be a podcast anymore. It'll be a music channel.
Yeah.
Music video.
Oh God, imagine. It's so funny. Talking about the stage, do you have a favourite performance?
You know what? I actually really liked Sabrina's.
It was amazing.
That's the only kind of one where I actually, because obviously I didn't watch the Grammys because of the time of the morning.
Yeah, of course.
But I watched clips on TikTok. That was the only one I kind of stopped and watched the whole thing, because I was like, the whole airport thing, I was like, I liked it.
Well, did you see the dates in the background?
No.
She's hinting at a tour, I think. Did you see?
No.
On the back, it had
I was
dates.
watching all the flipping dancers.
Yeah. It has like,
yeah.
It was so satisfying though. That bit where she was like just coming down on the like escalator thing.
I was like walking, and
I want to do that.
I'd have fell over.
Yeah. But like,
I'd have twisted my other knee.
Yeah. But like, there was dates in the background of cities, and I'm like, that's hinting at a tour, and I'm like, I feel
what a way to do it.
Yeah.
At the Grammys.
But, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the controversy about the bird?
No.
Well, obviously, you know, she had a bird.
Yeah.
And was like, animal rights, animal rights, animal rights. The girl who owns the bird then came out and was like, actually, they trained for months. Sabrina was very like knowledgeable, wanting to learn, and the bird was safe. Did I just knock something in?
The flute.
Technical. Did you feel the aggression? But like, yeah, overall. And then I think to round it up, you need to talk about this part of the night.
That was crazy. It's the one part that I have watched over.
Oh, it was so funny
again, and it was Cher, and it was when she had a bit of a bloop while presenting Record of the Year, and she called the winners Luther Vandross instead of just the song Luther, or the fact that it's Luther Vandross, who, might I add, I'm sure has been dead for 20 years.
Yeah, literally.
And then it wasn't even that. It was when she said it, and then she just
she had the envelope in her hand and was like waiting for the monitor. She was just there like, oh, my phone was going to come on the monitor. I'm like, the envelope in your hand.
And then I'm sure, I can't think who it was. Someone had to guide her back onto the
stage.
Oh,
so funny.
Cracked me up, bless her.
Honestly.
But I swear to God, I look older than her. What is going on?
Right, I want to know her surgeon now.
Yeah, because you know Ash on TikTok.
I saw that.
I saw her video and it cracked me up. She's like, I want the names of this, this, and this. She was like, I want everything. I was like, yeah, me too.
It was so funny. But
that part properly cracked me up.
Overall, I think to round up the Grammys, my overall opinion is a bit anticlimactic. And that's because I feel like 2024 was such a pop girl summit and there was so much good music that the competition was so fierce. Whereas 2025, I was like, there weren't a lot. Like, you look at that nominees there, and I'm like, you can kind of hazard a guess who's going to win. So, a bit anticlimactic, but do you know what? Let's hope that all the pop girlies come out.
However, I do think one part of the Grammys, which I thought was very powerful, was obviously everyone's speeches regarding ICE.
Absolutely.
Now, I really don't believe in what ICE are doing. I understand the point of them and why they're there, but the way things are going in America at the minute, look, I can't even, like, watching it on the news here, I'm just, like when you just have no words.
Yeah.
And I think it was very powerful that obviously, I know Bad Bunny won his album of the year, and he is, I'm sure it was like the first Spanish language album to ever win. And I thought even that in terms of things was very powerful because, he's obviously Spanish himself and he obviously had his speech, and then Billie had hers, Olivia had hers as well. Like, I do think that the celebrities using the platforms that they have to speak about it, especially at the Grammys,
Yeah.
being such a publicized thing, was a really smart thing to do, and it was really powerful, I thought, because obviously celebrities can post on their own social media and stuff, but doing that on a televised
Yeah.
thing in front of the whole country,
I
I
think
did
like
think like
I will always love Billy because Billy always speaks out on stuff.
100%.
And I've seen the backlash of like, yeah, but it's an award show, like it's not political.
Because there
Everything's
was that
political.
girl in the audience, but I
Oh,
don't even
she
know. I've
can.
never even heard of that.
Yeah,
So,
neither do I. I don't know why
and she was there
there.
like, and I thought, darling,
Yeah.
are you on the stage? No, didn't
Yeah,
go.
you're not the talent. Get to the
Sit
back.
down.
Like I'm sat, but like I think like when people are saying that, like everything is political, music is political. People can, some artists use music as a political statement, and it's like you've got one chance. You're on that stage, and these artists could use that to be very self-indulgent and be like, "Oh my god, thank you!" Like, but Billy, Olivia
The fact
used
that
that
they've
platform
chose
100%,
their opportunity.
a million percent. And what Billy said was, it was like, no one's illegal on stolen land or something like that. A, clock it, Billy. And B, like,
It's
I
true,
agree.
though.
It's
100%
honestly a million
true.
percent true. And honestly, it brought a smile to my face seeing it because it's like you said, you can post on Instagram, but you don't know if that's just like a marketing team in the back posting. You don't know if Billie Eilish is actually posting that. You know those words have come out of Billy's mouth.
And I like the fact that those were the things that made the headlines, not about who won what or what this, but that was because the Grammys were very silent on the whole thing, I have to say, as a whole, especially when it's literally going on right now.
Yeah.
The fact that there was nothing, there was no regard to the people who have been killed.
Yeah. Wow.
And
On the
fact
live
that obviously
stream.
that was what took.
Yeah. But on the live stream, when it was Billy's speech, they like muted her a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. They turned down the volume. Because they obviously probably knew something was going to be said. But
because a lot of the celebrities were wearing the ice out pins.
Yeah.
Which even that in itself is
yeah.
Is
and
a statement.
I absolutely love that. And do you know what? It's always the women doing it. So clock it, girls. You know.
Girly pats.
But unfortunately, on a drastically different note, do you want to bring it up or should I? You do it.
So I think, speaking of celebrities who have influences, I think we need to avert the topic to Nicki Minaj and everything that's gone on because I feel like the internet is in a frenzy about the whole thing. Me too, to be honest. It's one of them, like, I really don't know how to feel because I'm such a Nicki stan.
Yeah.
I'm just a barb.
Be a barb.
But now, obviously it's a very touchy subject. However, like, in my opinion, I do not know what is going on there.
So to put context behind this, I've been a barb since I was probably 10 years old. Nicki, without trying to get too like cringe and soppy and all of that, Nicki's always been a safe space because she's obviously got a very big gay fan base, and Nicki's wouldn't have a career if it weren't for the girls and the gays, ironically. And like for me, I had a Nicki Minaj fan page. I'll let you post a little clip. And I went to go and see her in 2024, and I paid £140 for block one because I had to be block one. I cried when she come out. I was shaking like a leaf. I might let you post the video. I'll see how I feel because it's very humbling on my part. But like, I genuinely feel really upset by it because a woman that I've looked up to for bravery, because this is the thing with Nicki Minaj, right? In like 2010 with like Super Bass and Pound the Alarm and, you know, Starships and that, when she like went into that pop landscape, I was very much like, this is a woman doing pop that isn't like a woman that I'd normally see doing pop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, you didn't see, like, I wasn't surrounded by much like black pop artists. Like, obviously you had Rihanna, but other than that, it was mainly like Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, like those kind of artists. And like, I just admired the fact that she was different in like an industry that wouldn't normally accept that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And from day dot, I've always looked at Nicki as like, you've defeated stereotypes. and look at you now, like the biggest female hip hop artist in the world, like so successful. You don't give a fuck. You stand on business. You say what you think. And to look at it now, I actually cried. Like, I genuinely cried.
I
got
was
upset.
quite upset by it, to be fair, because I feel like supporting someone who has categorically been homophobic
Yeah.
and is against like women, like he would see women in the kitchen if he could.
Oh, 100%.
And that's where I'm like, when your fan base is predominantly the girls and the gays,
Yeah.
it's like you're just spitting in their faces. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what else? Like watching the footage of
Oh.
she looks so uncomfortable.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's because she knows what's coming for her now. But I genuinely, like, I can't help but think there's another reason behind it. There has to
I
be another
agree.
reason because
I'm trying to gaslight
I can't
myself.
sleep at night otherwise.
Yeah. I think there's been rumours online about deportation. Because obviously I don't know if she's an American citizen. I think she's Trinidad. And obviously her husband, we're not going to talk about that absolute pig. But like, obviously, I think it's something to do with that. And I reckon that's why they're
Because I
doing it.
read and it said about the fact that she appeared with Donald Trump at the Treasury Department event, which I think was the one that was where she was literally holding hands with him. And later showed off what's being called a Trump-backed gold card, which is basically an immigration program card saying she's close to finalising US citizenship.
That's what I mean. And the thing is, I see a lot of it, and like there's just so many comments, like the boys will be boys comment really upset me. You're being transphobic when the trans community have supported you all your life. I wouldn't mind, but she's appeared on Drag Race multiple times. Not just that, like for me, another comment that hurt me was when she was on stage with Erica Kirk. Should have put a trigger warning there. And she was like, "This is the most important stage that I've been on." And I was like, all of us like fans have paid hard-earned money to come and see you in your concert, and you've said that like she's got the most successful female hip hop tour of all time on the Pink Friday 2 World Tour, Gag City. A bitch was there. Like, I paid £140 for Block 1 because I was like, nothing was getting in the way of me seeing my queen.
Yeah.
And like, it hurts, like, as a fan, like, because I think this is the thing. They're not stupid. Like, they know that Nicki has got a cult fan base. The Barbs are cults. They're scary. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
The Barbs are scary. You come for Nicki, oh girl, like, and they're not dumb. They know that the Barbs, if Nicki says vote for MAGA, there are going to be, and there are some sections of the Barbs that are still backing her, and they know that. Like, and
I think because of her like massive fan base,
yeah,
that's going to end up bringing a lot of people who maybe wouldn't necessarily support Trump to start with,
yeah,
but they're going to do it to support her. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. But I just want to read out a couple of the tweets at the moment because besides the whole MAGA sitch, she's disgusting. Some of the stuff she's saying. So one of the things is she came for Lizzo because Lizzo spoke out on her. Have you seen these tweets?
No.
She put, "Fat Lizzo lost £300 just to sell 300 albums. So now she has loose skin and a flop album and a weird charge. Sheesh." That's disgusting. That is
coming for
disgusting.
someone personally like that,
yeah,
is not right.
Then with the whole what's his name, Trevor Noah, making that comment, and I don't know if you saw it in the background, Chrissy Teigen was clapping. She then made a tweet and put, "Everyone knows Chrissy Teigen has had a dick, allegedly." Disgusting. Then she then put another tweet which says, "The LGBT has also started seeing through the veil and it has pissed them off. Why are they getting the gay vote by default? They've moved on from the gay vote to flying in people to vote for them. No loyalty to anyone. The gay community should be able to choose every 4 years like everyone else after the Democrats campaign to win your vote. They should not just get your vote. Wake up." How dare you? How dare you then try and go back on your word and saying that like gay people only vote Democrats because of their policies? No, we voted because MAGA are trying to get rid of gay people. They're trying to ban gay marriage. They're trying to exclude gay spaces. I just think it's disgusting. And then she also did another tweet. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it, where she outed Trevor Noah, saying that he's got a boyfriend and everyone in the industry secretly knows. Obviously, I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to comment on that. But
I have to say though, speaking about the Democrat,
oh my god, I think I know what you're going to say.
TikTok,
That's so funny. I'm like,
me and Mum were sat scrolling last. It cracks
yeah,
me up. It did one, and it was like a photo of like Trump, and it was saying all the things that were wrong with him, and it was like there was really serious things on there, but then there was also like fat, ugly, has too many chins.
yeah. I don't know if it's running their page.
They need a
pay
raise,
rise.
yeah.
They need a pay rise. Well, I've just found the last tweet I'm going to read out is that Trevor Noah one. And she put, Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows he's got a boyfriend, allegedly. And do you know what? Well, that clip. Have you seen the clip of when Donald Trump stands behind her? It's like a master on the slide. It's
And
horrible.
she's just like, she looks really like,
Yeah, and you know the bit where she's like,
because that's what everyone was like, is this AI?
Yeah.
Like she looked that on, it didn't look real.
And I'm like, do you know what? I really, really, really hope that it's all fake, but I think it's sort of got to the point now where I can't support her anymore. And she's meant to be releasing an album in March. I won't be listening.
I can't see that.
And no, we won't. She won't release it. She's always lying about that anyway, even before this. But like, if she goes on tour, I don't think I'd go because I can't support someone like that.
Especially when you're, you know, spending your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
Like, not to say things are political, but it's not even about her and who she supports. It's then the fact of what she's doing as a person. Like the tweets and stuff like. It's way too far.
Yeah. But I will make one controversial take here. If I do end up going and have a change of heart, I'm not going to tolerate hate when people pay to go see Chris Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know.
I'd pay to see Chris Brown.
Pardon?
I'd go and see Chris Brown.
I'm going to let you rock with that. I'll be sitting outside
I have seen him, though, to be fair, but that was at Wireless.
Yeah, that's
so that was like an all-round ticket I paid for.
Exactly.
I do like his music, though. I don't agree with, you know, his history. However,
the thing is, babe, it's not really, even history. It's still now.
No, I think it's really hard to, like with Nicki, it's really hard to kind of separate the two to the person
when their
to
music's
the music.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, it's really difficult.
All the controversial people might bang in music.
I know.
But like, to finish up my Nicki rant, it's really hurtful as well, because obviously my absolute icon is Ariana Grande, and they're best friends, and now Ariana's blocked her. She hasn't mentioned her on the collabs. And now I'm thinking, Ariana, are you going to perform your collabs on tour? I need to hear side to side still.
You should just block out that.
But I like the Nicki rap.
Maybe we should get someone else up to do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. A volunteer's tribute. I'll do it. But yeah, Nicki, not a slay, I'm afraid.
Maybe,
You're not
maybe get you to do it. We know you like a bit of a Nicki rap. Look, on holiday.
Exactly.
Karaoke. Josh was straight there with the Nicki rap.
Unfortunately, I did accidentally, when I was meant to film you doing Beauty and a Beat, I accidentally rapped in the background and all you could hear was me saying it. I'm very sorry about that.
I think, as a last thing, I feel like we can't talk about America and not talk about the Epstein files. Because these are wild.
Honestly.
Some of the things that I've read, I won't go into detail because I don't want to get demonetized or whatever. But some of the things that I've myself have gone on to the Department of Justice and read some of them. You can search people's names on there and it'll tell you how many times the names have showed up. Like, obviously, Trump showed up, I think it was like 1,400 times.
Of course he did.
And I was just like, that is wild. So I've obviously got on here a bit of like the details. So the US Department of Justice released over 3 million pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein as part of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which is basically like what the thing that they introduced into law in like, it was like late last year, so that they basically start releasing documents, emails, videos, images, many of which are heavily redacted. Like, you go on some of them and the whole thing is just black because they've been redacted.
Understandable.
Obviously, the files include communications and references to like high-profile individuals, including tech figures like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, even former royals such as obviously
Prince
Andrew Windsor. Yeah, through appearance in the files doesn't, obviously people's names are going to show up in there. It doesn't mean like guilty by association. Like, I got really scared because people kept saying Adam Sandler was in there. So I've done it all for us, so we don't have to. I searched Adam Sandler, right? He himself, it's nothing to do with it. When I went into it, it was very much they were talking about somebody else in an email, and then in brackets it had the Adam Sandler of his day. So they were basically just saying, "Oh, he's like Adam Sandler,
like an A-list celebrity."
And then the only other one that wasn't a bracket one was when they were talking about. I'm not sure if it was the Oscars or something. It was an award show, and they were basically listing all the people that were going to be in it, which must be really odd because it had Mary J. Blige and stuff like that. And I thought, and then obviously it said Adam Sandler, and then it was just saying about like, so it's lining up to be a good star show type of thing. So he's not in there. Everyone will
get us on his PR team.
Because I did the investigating for everybody because I was going to be even more upset about it.
I saw that on TikTok and I thought, please no.
So I did that for us. Obviously, some emails in the release documents allegedly reference planning visits to Epstein's Island and social interactions. So obviously, some of those, like if they like some of them, it was where like they were going for like business meetings. It wasn't like the parties that he was having or whatever else he was having.
Oh my God.
Obviously, there's been a lot of backlash from it. It's specifically around the victims and survivors because some of them, when they were very first initially released, people's names weren't redacted. So there's people who have come forward anonymously and they've got everything that's happened to them and then their name's just there, like they've not bothered to block it out. So I was reading about the fact that it's quite like it's happened a few times where the whole site has come off and then been put back on again. But you can imagine going through 3.5 million files, documents, emails, photos, videos. They're having to individually redact every single thing into half of those things. But some of the things I was reading on there, like, I just have no words. I was disgusted.
Tell me about it.
And obviously, I think it's very, I have to speak on it because I feel like it's very, where you can compare. Obviously, there was, I think his name was Mandelson. He was part of one of the parties for the. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he's obviously stepped down from the House of Lords because he was named on there. But then you've got other people in power in America who have been named in there more times, worse things being attached to that name, and yet nothing's being said about it. And I just think, I wonder if there's going to be an element where America will compare what's going on here and what we're doing here to say, like, no, like, you straight out your job or whatever, to then what's happening over there. I do think it's very, like when you like, I was reading it and I was like, this feels like a fever dream. It doesn't feel real. Like half of that stuff, I was like,
what
it's
is
so
going
inhumane.
On?
I was just so, obviously, they're not free. You can go and read them for yourselves. You just have to go into the Department of Justice, and then they're literally like the first tag on their website. But you can obviously do a search in it, and that's how I searched Adam Sandler. You can just search names or words, and it'll show you how many times that showed up. Because like no one has time to read through 3.5 million files.
Yeah.
But I'd like to add that there is 3 million files missing still, and they're ones that have purposely not been put out there. And I'm just thinking, is that because of who's named in them, what's named about them?
1,000,000%. I honestly, so I have a little bit of like a tiny little conspiracy theory. I saw someone say this online and I was like, actually, you might be on something here. I genuinely think that Diddy's got a little bit of a part to play in it.
Oh, yeah.
It all coming out.
Oh, 100%.
Because he said, his own words, if I go down, I'm dragging everyone else down with me. And I just think it's a coincidence. Diddy gets caught, and then all of a sudden, this is public knowledge. I do think that there's something behind it. Because I did see that, obviously, thank you, but Jay-Z and Beyonce, thank you, Beyonce, are going to be announced very soon. And I'm like, Beyonce, girl, please. And obviously, we've all heard the story of, I can't even say it out loud. It makes me sick. And like, did you see this TikTok of, I don't know when it was like, I think she was Mexican. It was a Mexican girl. And she was like, they're trying to eat people. And she was going and
everyone just thought she was just
like doolally and that. But
I obviously saw that same one And like this is the only reason I went onto the Department of Justice to start with, because I saw it in the comments on someone's TikTok. Because I think you can't post the actual, because they'll take it down. But I saw it and I thought, I was like, that's AI.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
not
that's
real.
fake.
Like, that is so disturbing.
Yeah.
So then I went on and searched like a word that was in that specific one, and I found it straight away. And I was just like, I showed my mum and I was like, Mum, it wasn't fake. It wasn't AI.
Oh my God,
And I
I
was just
feel
like,
sick.
look.
But like, I want to know who participated in that, because that is disgusting. I mean, all of it is. I mean, we've all seen that photo now of Prince Andrew over that girl. Disgusting. And this is another thing. You cannot tell me that the royal family did not know. I genuinely, me and my family were having a massive row about this last night. I am not a royalist. I'm not, okay? And I don't think a lot of Gen Zs are nowadays. But the fact that, like, they kicked out Harry for dating a black woman, but Andrew was allowed to stay for a little while, and then he was reserved, but he still probably lives in a mansion all paid for on taxpayers' money. After knowing this, the royal family knew. You cannot convince me. And like, I want to know who knows. I want this list to be released. Like, I need to know.
Yeah.
But like, I honestly, I tried to read into it and I couldn't get so far. But have you heard the theory about Matthew McCann now?
Yeah.
Because apparently his wife was, someone did like the sketches.
You got the child or whatever.
And I'm like, oh my God, imagine if we find it, because Maddie McCann's parents were friends with Gordon Brown, who was the Prime Minister. So he would have access to Epstein. And I'm like, they've probably sold her. And I'm like, imagine if in 2026 it was not on my bingo card, so maybe
we find out what actually happened.
Because I need to know. I want to know.
Because I feel like, obviously, like, I think we're not that far off in age to what Madeline would have been.
Yeah,
because I'm sure when it happened.
Was she 3 years younger? No?
I actually think she was older.
Maybe. I don't know.
So I remember, obviously, my mum, every night before going to bed, we'd say a prayer for her that she'd be found. And that was back when I was really little, and this had not long happened. No, I think she's younger, because I remember Mole saying that they'd gone on holiday to a similar place, but it was not long after or something. But obviously Mole was a lot old, because she was only a toddler, I think.
Yeah. I think she's younger.
So I just, that's something where, like, obviously I watched the documentary on Netflix, and I just was just like, how people, it really baffles me. How people just disappear
off the face of the earth.
I'm like, okay, but where do they go?
Yeah, I genuinely, like, have you seen TikToks of people trying to get on the island and they've still got security on there? But have you seen this one guy who got to the island, went to the building? I want to know what's inside. I've seen photos online. I don't know if it's AI or not, with like men's faces on the wall. Did you see that?
The masks.
Yeah.
In the chair. No, that's real. That's in the
Department
of Justice.
I want to see other bits, because I'm honestly disgusted, and I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead.
Committing suicide.
No. I thought he got killed in prison.
No, he committed suicide in prison.
Yeah, bullshit.
But I was like, it's either that committed suicide because someone wanted to silence him.
Yeah.
Or that was just a way to kind of
get
out. Because I don't think he's dead.
Just honestly, I don't know what's going on with celeb culture, but moral of the story, be a Billie Eilish and not a Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
You know? Right, so it's come to that point, you know, very apt with us talking about the Grammys to our song of the episode. So in honour of me...
Our Grammy Award.
Exactly. Mine goes to Lola Young, and I'm going to do Penny Out of Nothing by Lola Young.
And mine's going to go to Lady Gaga and Telephone.
Classic.
Absolute classic. So from award shows to world scandals, that's the mess, the media and the meaning. We'll see you next time.
Bye.